That year, that team in particular was just such a unique group.
I just felt it was so amazing what that group had done, not only in defeating Stanford, but in pushing Old Dominion on their home floor. And so of course, the memory is very vivid.
It was after we had had a lot of success and Cindy had graduated and Sandy had graduated, and so I felt like there were a lot of people who didn't expect for us to do a lot, and we kind of took it to heart, and we also just really wanted to prove that who we were and what we could do, and everyone just really bought into their roles.
The chemistry and the fact that everybody could lead, everybody would step up at different times. The way this team played off each other, the point guard leadership of Amy in particular in terms of ball distribution, incredible post play with Martina and Jamie and Andy Clark. And so there was a balance to it, whether it's Kelly Bowman or Krista McCormick or Katie, there was always somebody that would step in or step up, and always positive. Really, really tough group. Could take all types of coaching, hard coaching, soft coaching. They were just ready to go.
It's an honor and especially for the whole team to, be acknowledged in this way. So many years ago, but and so some of these women I haven't seen in 20 years, and it's so nice to be able to see everyone. And I think it's such a big deal because nobody expected it. Nobody expected us to beat Stanford. Nobody expected us to really be that great that year because Cindy Blodgett graduated, and so it was nice to kind of prove people wrong, and now to 20 plus years later, get this reward for it,
I mean, when you looked at our guard play and our post play and the assist capability, I never doubted ever. And I know that pundits like to say, of course we graduated great players. Cindy, of course, Sandy Carver, Claire Danes. But this team was more than willing to do whatever it took. And because we lost to LSU the year before by 3 and made some choices down the stretch that weren't the best, they had the memory. They had the memory of not accomplishing what we wanted to do. And I just felt that carrying us from the very beginning of the season all the way through.
Yeah, I think that's what makes a great team, is knowing your role and, not, not everybody can be the leading scorer, and not everybody, gets to be the point guard and in the spotlight all of the time. And I think that team didn't have very many egos, and everybody was happy to do what they could to make us successful. I think that we always knew that we had a good squad. I mean, we worked hard, we practiced hard, and it was really great to be able to, have some players step up after Cindy left and get to showcase their skills when they didn't have the opportunity before. So the public kind of, didn't expect much from that team, but I think we always kind of knew that it wasn't going to be, it wasn't over because we had, some great players graduate.
We just all got along. We all understood how important everyone was, whether you played like Jamie, whether you averaged 25 points a game or you didn't score at all. Everyone was really, really important. And so that was just, I think that was one of the factors that made us so good. And it was just fun. It wasn't a year where it felt like work. It was fun. We loved going to practice every day, and it's because we loved being with each other off the court. So.
Just interesting with all sorts of things. I can remember being introduced to Shania Twain, Man, I Feel Like a Woman. That was a song I never knew of, and Krista McCormick shared that with me, and that would be an example of the type of things that were going on. Music, discussion, off-court types of things. There was a really great balance to this team. They were excited to play, they had the right kind of nerves, managed themselves well, but off the court, there was all sorts of discussions about a lot of things.
When you're playing at this level, you become a family. We spent a lot of time together. We all got along really well. The fans here were amazing. And it's so nice to be here and see some of them here now, and the parents, and it was like everybody knew each other, and it's just a feeling you don't get very often in life.
And everyone just really bought into their their roles and accepted them and thrived in them. And so it was just such a special year, and for it to, end with that win over Stanford and such a close game against Old Dominion, it's just one of those years that you'll never forget, and so for us to be able to all come back together again 20 years later, we haven't been together in 20 years. It's awesome.
All across New England, business owners are finding new ways to succeed. Families are working hard to provide for their loved ones and their future. It's the spirit of New Englanders that inspires all of us to do more. It's in our employees, our customers, and our communities. Every day we do more. Because at Bangor Savings Bank, we truly believe you matter more.
What if you drove an SUV that paid attention, even when you didn't? Like the Hyundai Kona, the first car in its class that monitors steering and lane position in order to alert tired or distracted drivers. Driver Attention Warning from Hyundai, the brand with more 2020 IIHS Top Safety Awards than Honda or Toyota.
Get the Kona or Kona Electric for just $149 a month. Visit your local Bangor Hyundai dealer.
It's time to plan those summer days relaxing and entertaining on your new deck. Replacing, expanding, or building new, Hammond Lumber Company has everything you need to get started right away. With both wood and quality brand low-maintenance composite decking and a wide selection of railings, posts, and fasteners. Your Hammond sales rep will help you with your selections and design and can even come out for a job site consultation. Hammond can also refer you to builders in your area and can deliver anywhere in the state. Enjoying life outdoors on your deck begins when you bring your vision to Hammond Lumber Company.
When we lost in the championship game, we were devastated because that was before bracketology and before social media and all that, so we really thought we weren't going to the NCAA tournament.
We always had, when they do the selection show, we meet at Elfond Arena and I forget what they call it now, the little lounge there. Anyway, Coach P had us go anyways, even though we thought our season was over. We didn't think we had a chance of getting an at-large bid.
We didn't think we had a chance at all. We lost at Vermont, and that bus ride's brutal anyway, and never mind after you lost thinking that your season's over. And then that next morning, we got home probably 5 in the morning, and maybe 4 or 5 hours later, we got a call saying that Coach Palumbo wanted us all to get together to watch the selection show. And I wasn't happy because none of us, we didn't think.
Well, I didn't know, and at the time Dr. Suzanne Tyler was our athletic director, and she was very active with women's basketball, and I wondered because they kind of go away and decide these things, but I knew we had a great body of work. I knew we did. We had a great body of work, and it was sad because we weren't sure, and that uncertainty was devastating because the team hadn't played its last game, in our opinion.
To be honest, so we all went over. Normally it was an exciting thing to go get to see who you're going to play, and we were just like, yeah, let's go and watch, our names not pop up.
So we all went in and really just somber and sad, and it was the second to last bracket, second to last selection. There were 4 teams left. We were the second to last, and Maine came up on the screen, and we just went bananas. Like, we had no idea.
And I think we were and that was I think it was our best seed ever. We went to the tournament all 4 years, but that was the best seed that we got, and we didn't win the championship game. So we were so excited. I can remember that feeling to this day. It was just, when we saw Maine pop up, it was like, what? So we were very motivated to show that, we should have won that game. And yeah, so it was great to get that second chance.
Oh, I needed to calm them down. I need to get onto them, actually, because we were dead serious about going to the tournament, being successful. And there was sort of this halo effect about getting the at-large bid, and, you know, and that was over. That was done. You know, we found out we were in, so it was the opposite effect. It was putting my foot down to say, let's go, because there, you know, you can be a little bit too high and then not focus and not get the job done. So we got settled in. We had some pretty aggressive practices, and then the team took over. We had been knocking at the door. There had been a lot of NCAA situations, but there was just an energy about the team. And then people were excited to get down to Norfolk. Thank goodness it was drivable, or, you know, a place where they could get to, unlike Santa Barbara and some others. But yes, there was just a whole feeling of support all the way through.
Maine is amazing. I mean, that was the biggest reason I chose to come to the University of Maine. You know, I've had a lot of people throughout my career ask, like, why Maine? You know, you had all these other options, and you just don't go to many places and get the, like, good people and just amazing fan support. We had fans follow us everywhere, you know, and meals for us after games, and, you know, just amazing people. Like, they became like family. There's still people that I keep in contact with this day, you know, that were friends of Maine women's basketball.
And also getting that at large, you know, recognizing our program as good enough, one of the best, to get that at large bid, because we're still the only program that have gotten at large bids. And so that's really something to think about in terms of national respect.
It was like a whirlwind, you know. I just remember being, like, really nervous. When I was in high school, I had the opportunity to go to the Final Four with a coach of mine, and Stanford was in it.
When we started winning against Stanford, it was at ODU, and the ODU fans started cheering for us because they were like, oh yeah, this is great, you know. And so it was definitely a home court advantage for us against Stanford.
I didn't call as many plays in that game. Amy's leadership was so solid on the floor that I didn't have to work that hard, which was wonderful. And I knew Martina would make those free throws. That's just the way Martina is. She's very focused. And so she made the two. And the neat thing about it for me was my angle and watching the Stanford player go down the floor.
Their best player that game took a, you know, baseline jumper.
I could see Jamie put up a contest and get a nice high hand contest. So when the shot went up, I could also see that this trajectory was off. I knew it wasn't going in. It wasn't like we had to wait, you know, to see. I shook my head, that can't go in.
I didn't even box out. I didn't do anything. I saw it miss and I ran.
To upset Stanford, a team like that, it was just, you know, a dream come true. It was awesome.
Up to Forrest, down to 5 seconds. Fruin driving baseline, the jumper is no good. The rebound knocked around, and the Black Bears have upset Stanford. The Maine Black Bears have beaten Stanford University 60-58. Oh my, pandemonium has broken out here at Old Dominion University. Maine has shocked the world. They have upset Stanford 60-58, and the celebration begins. Joanne Palumbo-McCauley telling her players to get up. We got to congratulate Stanford. But Maine will celebrate no matter what. What a fantastic effort by the Black Bears of Maine. They send Stanford home again in the first round. 60-58, Maine moves on.
Dunkin', it's a game day ritual, like giving yourself a pregame pep talk.
Let's go, Devin. This is your moment. Let's dominate.
Yeah, Kyle. All that stuff Devin said.
Yeah.
It's always game on with Dunkin'. Rewards members enjoy a hot or iced medium coffee for $2 on Tuesdays.
Out here, if you have the will, you can lead the way with the all-new Fisher Easy V V-Plow. Purpose-built to provide industry-leading features, performance, and efficiency, just like the other V-Plows in our lineup, but in a lightweight design that's ideal for businesses and homeowners using half-ton trucks. A strong yet versatile plow that handles the work and won't back down. The all-new Fisher Easy V V-Plow, built for Fisher Nation. For more information, visit fisherplows.com.
Do you know your Maine dairy farmers? Chances are we're a lot like you. We are parents, grandparents. We are small business owners. We are a part of our communities. We are your neighbors. We are undeniably dairy.
Dunkin', it's a game day ritual, like giving yourself a pregame pep talk.
Let's go, Devin. This is your moment. Let's dominate.
Yeah, Kyle. All that stuff Devin said.
Yeah.
It's always game on with Dunkin'. Rewards members enjoy a hot or iced medium coffee for $2 on Tuesdays.
All across New England, business owners are finding new ways to succeed. Families are working hard to provide for their loved ones and their future. It's the spirit of New Englanders that inspires all of us to do more. It's in our employees, our customers, and our communities. Every day we do more. Because at Bangor Savings Bank, we truly believe you matter more.
Well, I've always sold that the fact that remoteness can be your best friend. In the world we live in, there are lots of distractions, you know, and young people who are serious about being a great student athlete and young man, to represent their family the way their mom and dad wants them to. A place like UMaine, remote, isolated, not down the street, you got to go there to be there. Present, I think, an environment that really allows young people who want to be great, and that's what I felt was really part of the Maine magic, if you want to call it. We had under-recruited guys who found a home in which they could flourish, you know, and we provided them, you know, the resources as best we could, but they found an identity, you know, as a student athlete and young man. And you know, the common ground for all of them was the game of football, which is such a great teacher, great life skills that you learn in the game are things you carry on. And I always felt like, you know, and I mean this in no way disrespectful to any other sport, but it's just, I always felt like football really empowered you to be an incredibly marketable young man when you finish with your degree. I would look back and say that meeting the challenge of recruiting for Maine was something that I thought we grew at, and you know, the results, you know, they weren't as consistent as you liked them to be. You know, there were up and downs, but I think the overall, the experience that our student athletes had and the championships that have been won, really special. I'm filled with gratitude to the University of Maine. You know, I mean, I think my opportunities in life are a direct result of my experience at UMaine. You know, I owe a tremendous thanks for them even letting me in as a student, Walt Abbott for recruiting me, and all of the opportunities that came as a result of that, the coaching opportunities under Jack Bicknell here and at Boston College, the return to Maine to work under Tim Murphy that was very much influenced by Walt Abbott, you know, and then the opportunity that to become the head coach. And again, you know, Walt Abbott had his hand in that. So that sense of just tremendous gratitude that I have for the institution, and I guess the results and how it impacted my life. It never was about one person or one event. It was always about the team. It was always about a series of events over time. I smile when I think of some of my best moments. I got a picture at home of my son and my daughter when they're like this high. And we're I think it's 2001, we're locked in on the TV to find out if we're going, you know, to play McNeese, you know, and I think that kind of sums up what I feel is the ultimate, you know, when you're a husband, a father, and a coach. That kind of combines all the success as a coach. You got your kids there. It was a special moment in my life, and I think, yeah, I could talk about beating Mississippi State and you know, that McNeese win or some of the winning in Gillette, but those are singular. You know, there's kind of a neatness, I think, in terms of the career that memories that come back to me, you know, in a wholesome way.
You know, I grew up a Black Bear fan, so I think that's what made it so special. Is I grew up in Bangor, so I was a local kid, and you know, I think this UMaine is, you know, I was successful in high school, but UMaine is really where I thrived, and you know, kind of where I made a name for myself. So I was just so proud to be a Black Bear. So I think, you know, this is the most special award that I've received, and I'm really proud to just be a local kid to get this. Mainers have a lot of pride, and I think that was something that I was just so proud to wear the Black Bear jersey, and you know, I carried that with me after my career there. You know, I was just very proud of what I was doing and wanted to make sure I got the most out of myself. And the next thing was just perseverance. You know, it's not easy to be a student athlete at the University of Maine, especially a track athlete. You know, we're out there in those cold winters, so you know, it was tough to train and tough to train hard, and you know, but my teammates and I kind of banded together to do it. So I think those are the two big things that I took with me to be a successful athlete afterwards. You know, it was the camaraderie. So, you know, the first time it was like, you know, any other team. You know, my teammates were my family. You know, we got along so well, and they inspired me so much. The first time I broke 4 minutes in the mile, I remember sitting there the day before. I was in the hotel, and I was pretty far away. Like, my time before that was pretty far from 4 minutes. And I was very similar to like a pitcher pitching a no-hitter, where I was like kind of sitting there quietly, and you know, my teammates knew what I wanted to do. They were all just kind of sitting there with me, and you know, just supporting me quietly, but no one acknowledging the fact of what I was about to try to do. So yeah, it was just kind of cool, that camaraderie that I had with my teammates. That's the thing that I love the most, and the thing that I like to tell people about the most at UMaine. Yeah, I mean, I was a local kid, so you know, I grew up watching the hockey national championships. You know, I went to John Winkin baseball camps. Most of this is in my speech too, so you guys will hear this again in a second. But and you know, I think I looked at other universities when I was a senior in high school, but I was always gonna be a Black Bear, and I think I always knew that. It was always just kind of instilled in me that I was gonna be, you know, wear the Black Bear blue. So yeah, you know, it was something. There was nothing that really made me choose it. It kind of chose me. So, and I'm really grateful for it.
All right, man, listen, the message is simple. It's a simple message today. It's been the same all week. I don't want to talk about what we can do. I want to go do it. I want to go do it now. This ain't going to be some magic speech right now. I want to see us do. I don't want to talk about can. I don't want to talk about what if. I want to talk about doing it right now. Right now. We got to get out to a fast start. We got to get going right now from the jump. So everybody, when we take that field, when you tap that rock, like so many before you, and this team is the only one like it. This team right now, and all the hard work you put in, can't be replicated. Don't let it go to waste, man. Fight for each other, be a family. When you tap that rock, change your mindset. Let's get ready to go. Let's get off to a fast start. You know what we're gonna do today? We're gonna go do it, and we're gonna get number one. Everybody going down? Let's get number one. Family on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Right, they hand it off to Barnwell, who powers his way into the end zone after low. Timing off a little bit. Pass downfield, that's going to be picked off by Maine. Interception by Abdul Stewart.
This has been a presentation from Learfield IMG College.